if you're an empath and you're around a large group of positive people, the blessing side of it is you can take in that energy and it's going to lift your vibration, right? But at the same time, if you jump into a negative or negatively charged up situation where people are really kind of very opinionated and angry, as an empath, you're going to suck right down into that if you have not properly shielded. And it is that place of being the chameleon and shifting and changing so that you just blend. A lot of empaths have learned throughout their lives how to seamlessly blend in with many people. I know so many empaths that when you ask them, when you were in school, adult empaths, when you were in school, were you part of a clique? And they're like, no, I wasn't in a clique. I was friends with everyone from many different cliques. Say yes if that was you and you're an empath and you recognize, yeah, you weren't in one clique. You were friends with a bunch of people from many different cliques because you could blend depending on which group that was, right? Like you could just blend into this clique and blend into that clique and blend into that clique. It's an amazing gift. It's hard to shield sometimes. It is hard to shield sometimes until you really have a set framework to go from so that you know how to shield properly, quickly. And then when you need to up that shield, you can do so even better. So that's why we can do that, right? As empaths. Easier for us than the average person who's not an empath to go into various situations, various groups, and just blend in, right? Seamlessly blend in, seamlessly be able to talk to anybody, everybody, and not feel like you're an outsider, right? Like they don't view you as an outsider because you can just go with any group. Your energy will just match, your language matches, and everyone sees you as just part of that group at that given moment. For a lot of people that didn't understand they were empaths, they look back on their high school days or their junior high days and they're like, well, I didn't have one group of friends. I didn't really belong. And they look at it as a negative, but in reality, as an empath, it's absolutely natural. And it's positive. So rethink your high school days and your perspective on high school, because this is something that you're going to have your entire life. And the more conscious you are of the fact that you will always be able to change your energy, change your language, and blend in, it allows you to go places not everybody can. But here's the but. Be careful who you're spending time with, who you're listening to, who you're agreeing to, because you do not want to become chameleon-like with those of lower vibration, with those who are very negatively bent, because without knowing it, you're slipping into sort of mirroring that behavior. And like I say to the parents of children who are empaths, watch their friends. My ex, I tried to tell him, like, you act differently whenever you come home from hanging out with this group of people. No, I don't. He used to get so mad at me. And I'm like, but you do, like all of a sudden the way the world is colored and the way you kind of express yourself, it shifts and changes when you hang out with this individual, when you hang out with this group. And it was very offensive to him. And yet, and very destructive to our relationship. And yet that's exactly what happened. It is natural and positive. Try to cut out negativity because it's bad for my energy. Yeah, none of us like the negativity. None of us do. If you're going to walk into a space that's negative, and with my job, I have to walk into many different spaces. I choose not to exclude, right? I try not to be exclusive to people. I like to be more inclusive. So in those cases, I have to physically, mentally, emotionally prepare my energy before engaging, because otherwise I will get sucked right in. It's so easy to get sucked in and become chameleon-like. And I don't want to be a chameleon and be able to blend too much into that negative energy. I'd rather be the light, right? I'd rather be the outsider in that situation. I don't want to take on those traits. I don't want to mirror that